Glowberry's the best.
Today we're going to make enchilada sauce. These are our ingredients that we need. You need butter and flour, a can of tomato sauce, and here's your spices. Crushed red pepper, chili powder,
Mom, why are we making this video?
cumin, and chicken bouillon or chicken powder.
Mom, why are we making...
I've got my largest pan, and I just turned it on to medium, and I'm going to melt somewhere around half a stick of butter. It's not exact. About that. And 3 to 4 tablespoons of butter. Our butter's melted. Now we're going to add flour.
How many?
So far I'm at 4 tablespoons. I'm making a roux, so I want to make a thick paste.
That looks thick enough.
No, it doesn't. I'm talking thick.
You mean like puts in one spot and doesn't mix?
Yes. But what you're looking for is kind of a thickness. It's thick, but it melts on the edges when you stop stirring it. It's almost like ooglet.
Oobleck?
Isn't it ooglet?
It's oobleck.
Oh, an ooblet.
Can I make some oobleck?
Do we have enough cornstarch?
Hopefully. Can I get a bowl of oobleck? How much? Get the small bowl of oobleck.
Kind of like that. See how it's thick, but kind of gets shiny on the edges when I stop touching it?
I'm going outside.
I can like move around and then it gets kind of melty and shiny. Okay, now I'm going to do chili powder. And the way that I add my spices, I usually just do a top layer and see how that does. Mix that in. Make a nice thick red paste.
Oh, something smells.
Now it's time for tomato sauce. See how it's nice and thick and it's got that melty edge? I've got a can of tomato sauce. I'm going to add that, and then I'm going to fill it with water and add that. I'm going to turn the temp down while I'm doing that. At this point, I switch to a whisk so that I can whisk it all together without lumps.
Mom? Hey, do you know where any food coloring is?
You guys had it the other day. I have no idea where you put it. It should be in there. Okay. I've done that. Layer of crushed red pepper. Layer of chicken powder. Okay, hi. Layer of cumin. And then more chili powder.
Oh, good.
I'm going to turn the temperature back up. Now see how thick it's getting? I just have to add water. Until it's the consistency I want. But it's going to cook and get thicker and thicker the more it boils. So you just keep adding water and you keep adding spices. So now you can see it's boiling and it's pretty thick. I'm going to just keep adding water to get it the consistency I want. Spill water all over my stove. No big deal. Some people like a thicker sauce, some people like a real watery sauce. It just depends on you.
Thicker.
So here's the important thing about spices. Chili powder makes it dark, like a real dark color. And cumin adds some brownness to it. I know this is really hard to explain. You just have to taste it and get the flavor just how you want it. Chicken bouillon's super important and underrated, but it brings out all of the other flavors. The salt of it also kind of dumbs down the heat a little bit. So if it gets too hot, just add some more chili, some more chicken powder. And then the crushed red pepper really just adds some heat. I usually only do about 2 layers of crushed red pepper. And you got to make sure you cook it long enough for the crushed red pepper to get really soft, because nobody wants a chunky crushed red pepper. And the more you dilute it, the more spices you have to add, but you want it to be like a rich reddish brown color. You don't want it to be too orange. You want to really use those spices to get rid of that tomatoey flavor. To make enchilada sauce, the other things that you're going to need to make enchiladas are beef, refried beans, purple onions, cheese, and corn tortillas.